Have you ever watched a Puddings video and thought, I wonder if she's ever gonna upload a new TAS Explain? Well, after the stellar response to my previous video and a hellish semester of grad school, I'm back again to show off one of my creations. Now, if you read the title to this video, you're probably wondering, can you beat Mario Kart DS without ever pressing the A button? Well, spoiler alert, you can! Well, the special cup at least, which is what I'm here to show off today. Now, before I show you my brilliant TAS creation, I need to answer a few questions. First off, how are you going to drive forwards without the A button? There are a number of ways to progress the race without accelerating forwards, such as driving backwards, using items like mushrooms and bullet bills, or taking advantage of boost panels. Okay, but you're not always going to have items or boosts. What are you going to do to keep going forward then? I'm going to hop a lot. Each frame that my cart is touching the ground and I'm not boosting, I'm losing 1.9% of my speed. Now that doesn't sound like a lot, but after 4 seconds, my cart completely runs out of speed and I'm stuck. By hopping, I'm able to maintain speed for much longer. The cart doesn't lose speed while in the air, and I lose about 4.9% of my speed every time I land, which is more than okay since I'm spending over 85% of my time in the air. By hopping frame perfectly, my speed lasts for over 30 seconds on flat terrain, and I can cover over 6.5 times the distance. Alright nerd, I get it, but how are you gonna win the race? You can't even get mushrooms in first place.
Listen up, I'm not just a nerd, I'm a fucking goddess of this realm, and any of those chucklehead computers that stand in my way will bow before me. I can alter reality into whatever shape I want, and use my wit to overcome any obstacle. Do not question me.
Okay, sorry. Just one last question. Why are you using Yoshi and the cucumber? I just thought it'd be funny and I like Yoshi. Now, let's take a look at this TAS, shall we? Our first track of the Grand Prix is Wario Stadium, a challenging track with a lot of tricky terrain, big jumps, and off-road. We start this race in last and have to make use of the most primitive technique in our arsenal, driving backwards. I'm trying to keep as close to the walls as possible to reduce distance and get to the first jump as quickly as possible. Below the item box in the upper left, you'll see the item I'm about to roll and when I can use it. The item you get depends on what place you're in and the frame that you hit the box. Wario Stadium is great because of how many big jumps there are after boost panels, allowing me to keep my speed for long stretches. I delay using the second bullet bill to take advantage of its duration and steering. By purposely steering it in bad lines, I can delay it just long enough to chain into the next item set. I can take advantage of turning mid-air while hopping to influence my momentum and pseudo-strafe around the course. I've got quite a lot of ground to make up this lap, but I have a feeling that things are going to go my way. I roll a boo in 4th place and activate it on just the right frame to steal the golden mushroom from Rob in last place. But if that wasn't good enough, on the very last frame of invulnerability from the boo, a shock hits the entire field and I'm able to easily cruise to victory. The winning margin is actually a little absurd. Next up is Peach Gardens, the shortest track with plenty of moving obstacles and tricky terrain. Without many options, I'm forced to again drive backwards to the first set of boxes, using the hedge to quickly turn myself around. After swagging through the hedge maze and around the chomps, I let Luigi give me a little push to give me a better alignment into the next straightaway. Using Boo, I steal some more shrooms and somehow navigate back into the pack. Somehow, 3 CPUs managed to blow themselves up, and now I'm in second place? It's not all sunshine and rainbows though, as the chuckleheads fight back and I get shot. But I intentionally run into this hedge so I can back up into my drop shroom super quickly. Needing to wait for the rest of the field to catch up so I can get better items, a seed is planted in my head when Waluigi and Rob bump me ahead. And just cause I want to flex and not drive around the hedge, I decide to super bounce over it. Rob isn't impressed, so I decide to run into him a few times and eventually just jump over their head. It is at this straight that I ask myself the question, what if I was wrong? What if the CPUs aren't my foes, but my friends? I decide to celebrate this revelation by letting my new friends Toad and Waluigi push me forwards into lap 3. And from this point on, it's just good ol' racing. Oh, and I also troll Dry Bones into getting hit by a shell. But that's just 2 of 4 races done, and we've got a super challenging track ahead of us. Bowser Castle is tough, and the first set of boxes is super far away. Lucky for me, I hired the Rob taxi to take us there much faster. I used the bullet I got to link up with my old pal Waluigi for some more help. Toad helps me onto the spinning bridge, and I send him on a special mission to investigate what lies below it. Once again, I've driven too well and have to intentionally slow down for a better item. After hopping for a while, I remain near the back of the pack until lap 2. It's here on this first set that I decide I need to do a little bit of race manipulation, so I get a blue and a shock to slow the leaders down and shroom out of there real quick. Oh look, it's my bestie Rob. I make sure to thank him for the ride earlier by bulleting him and knocking his shroom out. I also make sure to thank Toad and Waluigi for their help as well. The collision on these blocks is a little funny. I I need to make some big moves on lap 3. Luigi and Drybones are running away with the race. I rush as fast as I can to say hi to Drybones again, and Luigi is so excited that he accidentally knocks him off the track. I decide to prank him back with a red shell. I manage to take advantage of the ground shroom that Rob dropped last lap on the very last frame before it becomes intangible, and Toad is so impressed that he blows up. But even still, I have no chance of catching up to Luigi unless Rob uses a shock and I roll a red shell. I delay my throw by 6 frames, which manages to hit Luigi at just the right time for him to slowly fall off the platform and be forced to respawn. So, how many of you noticed the lap times and were wondering if I was ever going to comment on them? Well, what if I told you I did it again? It's just that easy. 3 minutes flat. But Rainbow Road? That isn't going to be easy. Rob is much less willing to help us this time, but that's okay because I need triple shrooms for what I'm about to do next. Jumping high up into the air, I land inside the rail, skip the loop entirely, drive up, and double back to yeet myself off the track and respawn by the corkscrew. I take a good long while to reflect on how sick that was, spinning in circles while waiting for the chuckleheads to catch up. MKDS physics for the win! The road collision on this track is very special. People genuinely complain that they fall off this track too much. That bastard Rob betrayed our friendship, bombed Waluigi, and is gonna force me to take a much worse line. Going into lap 3, I have a race to win and increasingly less time to do it. Bobbing and weaving through obstacles, I managed to make it to the corkscrew just in time. What comes up next is genuinely the most stressful sequence in the entire TAS. Unable to roll any good items, I have to force Rob, my sworn enemy, to carry me across the line by any means necessary. It is genuinely a miracle I managed to win this race. I don't even have anything cocky to say, that was just incredible. And with that, I have won the Special Cup in Mario Kart DS without ever pressing the A button. This was an incredibly fun and challenging project to work on, and turning it into something for others to watch was a labor of love. Thank you to everyone for watching this far, and enjoy some bloopers and other wackiness that didn't manage to make it into the final product. My name is Puddings, and until next time, may the MTs be with you.